Hello everyone, so I will be doing 5 popular books that I did not like. So just because I did not like them doesn't mean you guys can't. In the comments below, tell me if you did like these books and why. We each have our own experiences that make these books meaningful. So I want to know why you like these books. So the first book is We Are Liars by Lockhart. I thought this book was predictable and boring. I felt like it was trying to be something that it just wasn't. I thought it was trying to be like a coming of age book, but I just found it so pretentious. I did not like the characters, so I really didn't care about the book. I'm glad it was an easy read and it was short, so I could finish it. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have. The second book is Twilight by Stephenie Meyer. I could go on and on about why I didn't like this book, but the main reason is that I think it sends the wrong message about love to young children. When it first came out, young kids were obsessed with the romance, and I just think the romance part is just so unhealthy. Edward was isolating from the people in her life. He even took apart her car because he didn't want her to leave. And yes, you can say he was protecting her, but if you take out the vampire and the werewolf section part of the book, he's clearly an abusive boyfriend. And I thought when he left her and she just completely broke down, I thought that was completely unhealthy. She should have a life outside him, and so she did lots of dangerous things just to see him, and I think that sends the wrong message to young kids. This shouldn't be looked up to as the greatest romance. It just shouldn't. The third book is Bridget Jones' Diary by Helen Fielding. The reason I didn't like this book is because the eating disorder part of it. Even though it doesn't state that she has an eating disorder, she was very obsessed with her weight. So she wrote down everything she ate that day and how much she weighs, and that is just so unhealthy. And the thing is, like, she calls herself fat and looks down on herself, which I understand women are our own worst enemy. We look at ourselves differently than other people do. But the thing I didn't like is that her friends and family around her would call her fat and comment about her weight, which she was clearly not at all. So I think this sends the wrong message about weight. I know a lot of people who have eating disorders, and I think this sends the wrong message. This would devastate people. Other than that, Bridget Jones was funny, and I really enjoyed it, but I just couldn't get past this weight issue of it. The fourth book is Everything Everything by Nicola, Yoon. I really didn't like that they took 2 illnesses and made it to further a romance. The main girl is allergic to everything, so she can't go outside, and so she's stuck in her house until a young boy moves next to her and they start a romance. I think the author did a poor job representing this illness. She even risks her life to see this boy, and I think that is so disrespectful to the people who are actually suffering from this illness. I wish she went into greater detail about the illness and really represented it well. Plus, they completely make the mom who has a mental illness as the enemy just to further the romance. I think that's awful. They should have went further into the mom's mental illness and explained everything so she didn't come off as the enemy. I just think that if you're going to use 2 illnesses, they should be represented better. And the 5th book is 13 Reasons Why. Now, I didn't completely hate this novel. I thought it had some good moments to it. It had good messages to it. That bullying is a bigger deal than people make it out to be. Nowadays, bullying isn't seen as a big deal, and so I think with this book and the Netflix series, people are seeing bullying as a bigger deal and the repercussions of it. I also liked that they represented sexual assault in a different way. Many people see sexual assault as black and white, but I think with this, it opens people's eyes to know that there are different levels of sexual assault. So I thought that was a good message. The thing I didn't like is that she uses suicide as a punishment to get back at the people who bullied her. She sends tapes out and says, you're the reason why I committed suicide. And I think that is horrible. That can really mess someone up. And that can send a wrong message to kids that's saying you should use this to get back at people. I think that's the wrong message to send. So I'm kind of torn with this book because it does have good messages, but it also has bad messages. So those are the 5 popular books that I did not like. Like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all later. Bye!